Hey, Tyson Carpenter. How you doing, man?
Hey,
My name is Devon. I'm an artist from New York City.
Oh, yeah.
You have the coolest look. I would love to draw your portrait.
Sure.
If you have time.
Yeah.
Just like over there. What's your name and what's one of your biggest dreams in life?
My name's Tyson Carpenter. One of my biggest dreams in life was to work in movies.
Can you tell me more about your role at Leica Studios?
I'm a gaffer, which means I work in the lighting movies there. It's a lot different in stop motion animation than it is in live action. Live action, you'd have one gaffer. Here we have multiple teams because we have so many sets, and it can get pretty busy.
Wow, that's amazing. You have the coolest beard, by the way. I'm drawing it right now, and it's so cool. It's
Thanks.
awesome. Yeah, you're welcome. Also, I like to customize everyone's background. So on the left side, I'm gonna do like a lighting setup. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Alaska, around the southern part of the state. Moved around there a little bit for the first 15 years of my life. A lot of trees and forests there. I still go up there once a year because my family's all up there.
So I'm gonna draw a bunch of trees and forests for you. How'd you get working in the industry?
Well, I got working in live action first, kind of the way a lot of people do, which is just from the ground up, working low budget movies. I kind of fell into stop motion. I never even really thought about lighting for stop motion my whole life. And then I was at a taqueria in northeast Portland one day, and I just got a call from someone I'd never talked to before, and someone else who they had called for a job wasn't able to do it, so he gave them my name. Leica used to have a commercial house in the early days, and it was from there, and they asked, hey, would you like to come in and maybe work in stop motion commercial? So I came in, they gave me a tour, and I was just like, my eyes were just open to like all of that. It was while they were shooting Coraline.
Yeah, wow.
They had one of the Coraline sets there that I got to see. It was Coraline's bedroom. It turned out to be like 4 months of the year for like a few years. I really loved it a lot. And then finally, when Paranorman began, I got the call to see if I wanted to come work on Paranorman. So that was 2010, and I've been here since then. So, I mean, you don't really get a lot of opportunities for steady work like that in film of any sort.
Wow, that is
So,
incredible.
I'm very lucky, and it's been a lot of fun.
How was your experience working on Kubo and the Two Strings?
That was a pretty special one for me. I mean, I love all the movies, but that one was, I think Kubo was the first movie where I really started to feel like I was at home here at the studio. Also, it's my favorite movie that we've done so far as well. It was a really, like from that moment when they showed us the first animatic, which is like a rough animation of like the opening scene, I just had goosebumps.
All right, since Kubo is your favorite movie, I'm gonna draw the instrument, the shamisen, on the right side of the drawing. So what does a typical day look like for you?
Every day is different. The goal is to always keep as many animators busy as possible at any one time. Some days, you know, you have to get a number of animators set up at the same time, and it's just crazy. So it's great because, like, you know, we work on so many different sets of different sizes. Some of our sets are like super tiny. Sometimes we have one set that we were a little limited by it because the pillars that support the roof of the building are 50 feet apart, and that was actually a problem. I mean, that's how big the set was.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's cool because like we get to work on things of all scales. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like we're working on a smaller scale film because of the size of the things that we work with sometimes. It's a lot of fun.
Super cool. Do you have a childhood memory that connects to what you do now?
My brothers are 11 and 13 years older than I am. My brother Chad, especially when video cameras first came out, he got one of those and he would make little short films with me. And I just had such a blast. We just do dumb little things. He still has some of them too. I think that kind of sowed the seeds of my fascination with film. And I just kept on doing it, like even after, you know, they moved out of the house and all that.
Very cool. Shout out to Chad and Darren. Are they still in the industry?
Kind of. They have made 3 feature films.
Wow.
Moose the Movie, Sudsy Slim, Rides Again, and Frostbite.
So would you say this was like in your genes, like doing movies?
Yeah, although I don't think it goes past the 3 brothers at all. But for some reason, my parents just had 3 kids that were super into film, so.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Were you guys competitive at all?
No, not at all.
Nice.
Yeah, and also too, like they're 11 and 13 years older than I am too.
Oh, okay.
They'd quarrel with each other, but I was pretty much protected.
You were
more than anything, they were protecting me from everything, so.
That's so funny. What's something about your job that people wouldn't expect?
Maybe the amount of walking. I think back when I had a pedometer, I think I logged 24,000 steps one day. Like I said, we have over 100 sets across 3 large buildings. There's a universal rule that if you walk to the 3rd building, you'll get a call on the walkie to go back to the 1st building, which is, it's just a universal law.
Yeah,
of some sort.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect all that walking.
Yeah. So good shoes are important.
Is there a piece of work, yours or someone else's, that deeply impacted you?
Well, as far as films have deeply impacted me, I've always been into really good practical effects. You know, the number one that comes to mind is The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And a big reason for that is just the creature effects in it.
Yeah. Interesting that you guys have the same last name.
I know, I like to call him Uncle John, but no relation.
Just a coincidence.
Yeah.
If you had to describe your job in 3 words, what would they be?
Collaboration and hot glue. One of the things with stop motion is once you set all the lights, you can't have any of them get bumped. We have these sticks of hot glue about this big. We just pump stick after stick after stick, gluing all the stands to the floor. It's just the best way for us to make sure that they don't move, and that's pretty important. So,
what's one thing that you learned here at Leica Studios that changed the way you see creativity?
Much like life, creativity finds a way. There have been so many times when we've started a movie and known that there's something we have to do, and it seems nearly impossible. Somehow we always end up doing it. The giant skeleton from Kubo really comes to mind. We just knew that the scale of that thing had to be so immense that the height of our ceiling was a limitation. Our ceilings are about 30 feet off the ground. So we had to shoot that thing in 2 parts. So they built the top half, which I think was 19 feet to the top of it, the top half of the skeleton. We're talking an actual puppet.
Yeah.
You know, with
that's huge.
Yeah, with these giant arms that are on wires to the ceiling. To make that animatable was quite a challenge, and the team figured it out, you know, and they had this pad that the animator could stand on. It would kind of release tension enough that they could move these giant arms, and then when they'd step off, it would lock back in place. Our normal puppets are about this tall, but we wanted the puppets to be on the skeleton, so for the scale to be correct, the skeleton had to be a certain size. So essentially that puppet became a set himself.
What message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
Don't let making a living get in the way of making a life. If you can manage to make a living doing what you love doing, then hang on to it. I mean, I feel very fortunate. Things just kind of fell into place, you know? Just the people who tend to congregate around stop motion, I think tend to be some of the best people in the world. Being able to work in a place with 400 artists, it's the best place to be.
All right, Tyson Carpenter, thank you for sharing your life with me. This is my interpretation of your life.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, man.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so I got the light set up, I got the shamisen, and this is supposed to be Alaska in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so
awesome.
much.
Thank
I love
you
it here
so
at
much.
Leica Studios. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was an honor.
Thank you.
All right, man. Have a great day. Take care.
Keep smiling.